Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice for the week of August the 4th, 2022. Gonna be flying solo this week and probably for the next few weeks until my partner in crime comes back from a nice road trip, just in case you're listening. Hope you're having a good time. So current challenge is Arkham Knight Harley Quinn. It is a 1-week repeat. The required characters are Sinestro, Black Adam, and Batman, who are available as bronze, silver, and gold, respectively, at their cheapest and lowest ranks. Her passive is this one's for Mr. J. When the enemy tags in, Harley may perform a surprise attack if she is tagged out, and if the Joker's knocked out on Harley's team, she gains full power. Attack and health are both 1100. She was last available October 7th, 2021. So, like all Harleys, she's a great support character and able to heal her teammates. She's not the strongest Harley Quinn, but she's fun as an entry hazard, doing damage to an opponent tagging in, and she can be very useful on a defensive team. We've got a bunch of videos on her. We've got a video, or maybe even a playlist linked in the description. I think a lot of the Arkham teams can benefit from her, although she's not one of the sort of mainstays of the Arkham team. And if I'm doing this right, you're going to see some footage, some current footage of using Arkham Harley Quinn. Part of the problem is she's a great support character. She's not great as a main damage dealer, so you don't actually see her in a lot of the action, but she's there and she plays a really useful role. The first part of her passive, where she gains full power when a Joker, and it could be any Joker, doesn't matter, silver, gold, whatever, any Joker is knocked out, that can be fun. But gaining power quickly by having your teammates knocked out, that's not that great, and it's not even that unique as far as generating power when you can do it just as fast with the Tantu Totem. And as you can see, her having 3 bars of power isn't nearly as useful as somebody else. Sure, she can heal. Offensively, she doesn't do nearly as much because her special 2, while when you pick the dynamite, it's unblockable, but you also only do half the damage. So here's the thing, if you're waiting for your Joker knocked out, either your Joker is strong enough to be contributing, so you don't get to take advantage of the passive much, or if they're weak and not contributing, you're wasting a spot on your team. And, I mean, really, if you're leaving the Joker out until he's knocked out, the longer he's fighting, the more power she generates off screen, so the less valuable it is, the power that he gives her, because she might not be getting 3 bars. Maybe she's only getting 1 or 2. And yeah, I mean, she's more of a backup kind of character and has a backup kind of passive than something that you can really plan your strategy. And I think when I say strategy, at least, I'm thinking more along lines of damage output. That's got to be your highest priority if you want to have a winning team. I guess a neat trick with her, like with other Harleys, is if you give her Tantu Totem and she happens to do the surprise attack, she's gonna generate a bar of power even though she doesn't stay. So when she works as an entry hazard, comes out to damage whoever's tagging in on the opponent's team, that counts as a tag-in. Tag-in with Tantu Totem gives you a bar of power. It's kind of neat. Again, not something you can plan around though. She's also got extra hits on her combo ender, so you can take advantage of any gears that have a combo ender effect. And that means we've had 2 complete runs of a 43-week cycle that first appeared May 2020. And after 2 complete, we are into the 29th week of the 3rd cycle, a total of 115 weeks of a consistent pattern. And if the pattern holds, next week is going to be Arkham Origins Bane. Just a reminder, that still means there's 23 23 challenge characters that have been missing for more than 2 years. This week's multiplayer reward is Black Diamond, which becomes Heart of Darkness. When it's maxed out, there's a 30% damage boost on Special 2. Any special attack applies 6% damage over time, which also drains 12% enemy power. There's a 30% power generation increase, and once evolved, if opponents tag out, they receive damage equal to 20% of equipped characters' damage. Last available December 30th, 2021. And in the case of multiplayer rewards, we've had 2 complete cycles of a 31 reward sequence, and this reward sequence is complete. It includes every multiplayer reward. And we are 21 weeks into a 3rd cycle. So in other words, 83 weeks in a row of a consistent pattern. And if this pattern holds, next week should be Batman Ninja Helmet. And this is a good example of a legendary gear that may not be the best gear, but it's definitely better than the 3.5-star gears. The power generation boost doesn't really get better than this 30%. There's some that are as good, right? Like League of Assassins Knives. Really useful against any power dampening team. The damage boost on Special 2 is also pretty good. The damage over time and the tag out damage are nice bonuses, but the team that you're watching, the Arkham Knight team with Arkham Knight Catwoman, sort of puts a lie to it, but generally we don't run damage over time teams enough, and we still use it a lot on our special specialists because that Special 2 boost in power generation is still pretty darn good. It's a great piece of gear on a Tantu Totem Master's Death Cart loadout so that you can still get a second bar really quickly against a power dampening team, and you do Special 2. There's a good synergy with the damage boost. In the store, it looks like we are not going to get corroborating evidence of next week's challenge. We've got a Character Bundle Lantern Elite pack for $24.99. I can't remember when it was around last. I think it was about the same price. You get Red Lantern Hal Jordan and Yellow Lantern Hal Jordan. I guess it's okay. It's not the worst pack. Still, again, not a big fan of the cash packs, although at least this one you get characters that are normally not available in the store. The other new pack this week is interesting. It's the Survivor pack, and it's a new version of the Survivor pack, and I'm not sure if it's been around before. It's a little cheaper than the one that's been hanging around with Bounty Hunter Lobo. It's 595,000 credits. You get Batgirl, Arkham Origins Deathstroke, and Containment Doomsday. I really can't remember if this has been around before. It feels like that there's been a lot of different Survivor packs that have been a one-off kind of thing, except for the Bounty Hunter Lobo one that's been weeks and weeks, more than half a year now. The character selection is actually pretty good. I think a lot of people like Batgirl. A lot of people like Arkham Origins Deathstroke. I think Containment Doomsday gets a bad rap. He's actually quite good. Might be worth doing another team just to show you how good we used to play a Containment Doomsday, Elseworld Flash, and Regime Green Lantern team all the time. A lot of fun to play. And I think the other interesting thing about Containment Doomsday, I'm pretty sure, I want to say 100% sure that he has never had a challenge in Android. I think he's had his challenge once in iOS, but not Android. I would go for this. It's power credits. Power credits is just playing time. Absolutely worth getting. Sorcery Pack 1 is round for a second week. And so that other Survivor Pack, 30 weeks now. The Character Bundle Batman Universe, 35 weeks. Most Wanted Pack, 42nd week. Wow. And our 3 Nth Metal packs, the Celebration packs, the Joker, Aquaman, Shazam, they've all been around for 28 weeks, except for the Aquaman pack, which has been around for 30 weeks. Our Survivor is another week of the 4th World Gear set until the 10th of August. And Phantom Zone is back for 2 weeks. Fight 62 is still broken. Last weekend's breakthrough was, as expected, Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, and Lobo. This coming weekend's is probably going to be Lex Luthor and Batman and Doomsday for the gold cards. And there is a link in the description to a Reddit thread from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. So this is the once a month that we're going to go into more detail about the glitches. As far as the current glitches go, there is no change. Not a big surprise. Hasn't been a change for a long time. And if you want to watch everything in a playlist linked in the description, those are all tutorials explaining how to do the glitches that actually still work. So what we usually like to start with is actually glitches that don't work because, one, either they're asked about a lot, or two, they used to work and they don't. There is currently no glitch for power credits, whether it actually exists or just one that we're willing to endorse. We talk about one thing that people used to do in a previous episode of our P and Q and C and A and T videos as Season 6, Episode 9. And the main problem with the method that was being used, and we haven't tested it since the the bug update, the bug fix update that was, I don't know, I guess almost a year ago now, that the way people were doing it was requiring using 2 devices logged simultaneously into one account. The biggest danger is that you could screw up both accounts. The glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards is not working. The glitch for getting early multiplayer season rewards is also not working. And there is no glitch to get through Phantom Zone quickly. But since I'm going to be going solo for the next little bit, I might just finally get around to posting our new fastest Phantom Zone run, which is 8 minutes and 14 or 15 seconds. The glitch that used to let you get free energy without having to watch that video, also not working. This is something separate from the time shifting for free energy. And so the working glitches, quick run through just to focus on the important points. The glitch to let you play Phantom Zone repeatedly is still working, and the challenge reset on Google that requires a Google Play Cloud Save is working, confirmed on the current Arkham Knight Harley Quinn challenge. Reminder that these are both essentially the same glitch, so if you're doing one, you're doing the other. Reason why that matters is because if you aren't thinking, you could accidentally erase your progress in the other thing when you're resetting one. And the worst one to reset accidentally is the Phantom Zone, because the Phantom Zone takes much longer and requires more work to complete. Just pay attention if you're going to be resetting the challenge. Make sure it's progress. If there is any progress to Phantom Zone, it's progress that you're willing to give up. And a point for people using something higher than Android 9, which is what we're using. We have a comment cut and pasted from viewer Kakde about how to avoid re-downloading 1 gig of data when you clear app data. And that comment talks about files that you can move around. So instead of deleting and re-downloading it, you can move it out of the way and then move it back after you've finished clearing app data. The breakthrough glitch to let you play repeatedly is still working. The airplane mode / refund glitch is also still working. It's good for both packs with random drops, also known as loot boxes, and last laugh tickets. It's worth pointing out it does not work, at least in Android, it does not work in the Phantom Zone because it requires an online connection. Boy, I am not doing so good on my own here, eh? So we've seen people say that they actually get it to work, that when they log out before the final boss fight and switch accounts immediately, if you don't like your reward, that you get to re-roll for your Phantom Zone portal reward. But even though when we've been doing it, it looks like you're getting new reward, but when we actually check our collection, no matter how many times you do it, you still get the original reward that you were given the first try. Oh, and we strongly recommend against doing any variation of this glitch where instead of clearing app data, you switch between accounts, because there's too big a risk of bleeding between your accounts where data from one account ends up overwriting data from the other account, but selectively, not all of it, and that really messes you up. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. Again, remember to return your cooldown countdown clock back to normal before you finish. And in between not working and working glitches, we have the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. It's still in our list of current glitches, not because it's worked, because it hasn't worked for years because the conditions haven't been there, but the sort of technicality is that because the conditions haven't been there, it hasn't really failed us yet, and we will remove it the first time it fails us. So the first time conditions are there and we try this glitch and it doesn't work, we're going to remove it from our current glitches list. Okay, and that's it for this week. So this is where we like to give a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon who have been supporting us. That is a big thank you to BomboBen, Consul Peasant, and Edwoon, who are supporting us at the top tier Last Word, Sinemac, and Mohammed Albshaiti at the Your Message Here tier, Shawn, Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, Michael DeVries, Brandon C., Irvin Ruiz, Eddydoo, and Hoshi127 at the credited level, And Chris Wolff, Scarlet, Dani, Awesomegamer 2 for 1, Pavu RS, Gavin, Mallott, and Isfar E at the gratitude level. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Komoda.